Verse 26. They said to him, "What did he do to you? How did he open your eyes?" Okay, so now the question goes from they first told him that they're just supposed to give glory to God and admitted to the truth that this guy is just a sinner as they know. Okay, and since they're religious leaders, they supposedly know everything. The populace knows nothing, as I've stated earlier. And so, but the guy didn't fall for that. So now they're trying a different way, right? Because they ultimately want to show that this guy is, that he deserves actually to be blind. Okay, that he is the reason why he was blind. His own sin was the reason, not his father's. Like to answer the question that was asked in the beginning of this chapter, whose sin? Okay, so they're trying to kind of maybe get it. The parents now already said, no, we don't, they push it back on them. So it's like, no, most likely they're not their sin. So whose sin can it be then? His sin most likely. So they are most likely playing on this here, trying to show them that they are interrogating him so as to determine actually who is the reason why he was blind, why he was born blind, whose mistake was that? Which we know it's actually no one's mistake in that sense, right? That is the way he was born. So they ask him, so what did he do to you? How did he open your eyes? Because he said, I don't know who he is, but what I do know is I'm blind and now I see. So the attack changes to, so tell, what did he do? Because they as well looking, by forcing this guy, trying to find something against Jesus, that is. Verse 27, he answered them, I have told you already, and you would not listen. Why do you want to hear it again? Do you also want to become his disciples? This is kind of a, what's the word for it? A funny kind of an answer. I mean, seemingly this is a very honest person. Okay, why he was so honest, although he was a beggar his whole life, but he's just a black and white on kind of a person, right? That is kind of all he is. So like saying, but I told you already, right? I mean, I told you I was there, and he came and he made the mud. He put in my eyes, and I went to the Siloam sent, which means sent, and I got my sight back. And I mean, I told you. Do you want to hear the same story again? And what's the reason for you wanting to hear it again? Do you want to be his disciples as well? Right? So remember, the people said, we don't actually know. Is Jesus? Maybe the leaders, they know already that Jesus is the Messiah. Okay, and they just don't want to admit to it, or they're hiding it, and they're like, maybe kind of what they're getting at here, like, no, it's like, is this actually what's going on here? Verse 28, and they reviled him, saying, you are his disciple, but we are disciples of Moses. Okay, so we know who's Moses, okay? We teach the laws of Moses. We are the people who knows the laws of Moses the best because we study them morning, noon, and night. 24/7 we meditate on laws of Moses, and if we're not meditating on it, then we are teaching it, right? So we are always busy with the laws of Moses. Actually, I mean, that's not true. That is what they kind of maybe want to imply, because the Pharisees as a group were founded during the time of Nehemiah to recover, to follow the law, actually, to bring the people back to the law. So good start, bad ending, like so many churches and religions. And so he's clearly implying, or they are implying, that we know, right, who this guy is. But who the heck is that guy over there? You're following that guy over there. I mean, no idea who he is. Okay, he claims to be something, and how many of them claim to be these messiahs, these Jesuses? Like, I mean, I don't have enough fingers on my hand to count all of them. I mean, more of those people. I mean, even these days there are more of those kind of people claiming to be messiahs and saving people all over this planet, and they'll always be coming and going. So not only in their days, and so this is kind of like, so you follow this person who we don't know where he's coming from, where he's going, what the heck he's doing, right? But what we know who Moses is. Right, verse 29. But it's actually kind of interesting, because Jesus said earlier that if you believed in Moses, you would have believed in me, because Moses wrote about me. So verse 29, we know that God has spoken to Moses, but with this man, we do not know where he comes from. So it's like, We know who's Moses. We know God spoke to him, right? You can go and read the books of Moses, of the Pentateuch, right? The law. We know it, okay? Yes, I know it actually as well, because we have it. Okay, clearly, we see God speaking to, no, I am who I am, and Jesus using that. So we know that. But this man, no, we don't know that. We don't have 5 books on this person. Actually, they're going to get 5 books, 4 Gospels and 1 book of Acts on him. Okay, but yeah, so we don't know who he is. We don't know where he comes from, which Jesus already actually addressed to them. It's not as if Jesus told them, yeah, this is what you're claiming, but actually I know where I'm from, right? And they said, no, when the Messiah comes, we won't know where he's from. But then later on, they will claim that we will know where he's from. And it doesn't matter. They were always not going to believe.